From the PEP Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are covering at this hour. The U.S. Department of Labor is aiming to rewrite or repeal more than 60 obsolete workplace regulations, ranging from minimum wage requirements for home health care workers and people with disabilities to standards governing exposure to harmful substances. If approved, the wide-ranging changes unveiled this month also would affect working conditions at construction sites and in mines, and limit the government's ability to penalize employers if workers are injured or killed while engaging in inherently risky activities such as movie stunts or animal training. The Labor Department says the goal is to reduce costly, burdensome rules imposed under previous administrations and to deliver on President Donald Trump's commitment to restore American prosperity through deregulation. The Department of Labor is proud to lead the way by eliminating unnecessary regulations that stifle growth and limit opportunity, Secretary of Labor Lori Chavez de Raymer said in a statement, which boasted the most ambitious proposal to slash red tape of any department across the federal government. Critics say the proposals would put workers at greater risk of harm, with women and members of minority groups bearing a disproportionate impact. In other news, Speaker Mike Johnson refuses to take up Epstein vote as the House is set to recess early. With House business grinding to a near standstill again over Republicans' refusal to vote on the Epstein files, Mike Johnson is making no moves to act and instead says he wants to give the White House space to release some of the information on its own. There's no purpose for the Congress to push an administration to do something they're already doing, Johnson said at his weekly press conference, the last before lawmakers recess for August. The Republican from Louisiana insists he, too, wants the files released, but only those that are credible, echoing the White House's position. Johnson downplayed the effort from fellow GOP Representative Thomas Massie of Kentucky to force a floor vote as potentially misguided. Bless his heart, the speaker said. Johnson said he speaks with Trump multiple times a day. Massie has been the subject of Trump's repeated criticism. The UN says over 1,000 have been killed seeking food in Gaza since May as hunger crisis worsens. Most of the killings of Gazans seeking food have happened in the vicinity of aid sites run by an Israeli-backed American contractor, the United Nations Human Rights Office said Tuesday. Desperation is mounting in the territory of more than 2 million, which experts say is at risk of famine because of Israel's blockade and ongoing 21-month offensive. Gaza's health ministry, which is part of the Hamas-run government and staffed by medical professionals, said Tuesday that 101 people, including 80 children, have died in recent days from starvation. A breakdown of law and order has led to widespread looting and chaos and violence around aid deliveries. Israel is allowing just a trickle of aid in through the long-standing UN-run system and the newly created Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, or GHF, an American contractor. A GHF statement rejected false and exaggerated statistics and blamed UN aid convoys for the deadliest incidents. And finally, Trump says it's time to go after people. The president said he let Hillary Clinton off the hook after he got elected the first time. Now he said it's time to target his political enemies. He listed James Comey, John Brennan, Barack Obama, and others who he accused of illegally plotting against him. After what they did to me, whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Trump repeated falsehoods and longtime grievances about the Russia investigation and his election loss to former President Joe Biden. The leader of the gang was President Obama. He said he's guilty. This was treason. The unhinged tangerine tyrant and his regime march onward. That's the news for this hour. PEP Radio is now available on Alexa. Simply tell your device, Alexa, play PEP Radio. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.